Hey, all right. Welcome to Bigfoot Encounters live from Bigfoot Society. Good to see you all. We got a lot of people already hanging out here. Let's do roll call first. And if someone could let me know if you can hear me, please put it in the chat. I want to call out Yazchild for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you so much. I believe you're in the Patreon as well. I appreciate that support. We got Rocky Top in here, and man, that was like a while back. People were in the chat early today. Good stuff. We got David Blalock, a good friend from Pacific Northwest. Looking forward to meeting you in a few months. I remember I talked to you last week, I believe. We got Planet X, yeah. We got Saleya here, YouTube channel member and Patreon member. What's up, guys? Good to see you. We got Alan, good friend Alan from, man, been good friends with Alan for a while. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. We got Ted Sockwell. Believe I've been chatting with you too. Good to see you listening in Arizona. We got Donna Laddie here sending some love. Good to see you. Sherry, how are you? Good to see you here. Hollis C. Kuhn, we got Mr. Gene Templar. Good to see you. I've talked to you, my friend. Always good to see you. Saleya's digging the intro. That's right. It's a fun intro, isn't it? Mr. Mark Paul, great to see you. Friend, YouTube channel member, of course, got a lot going on. Good to see you, friend. Hope everything is safe. Intro keeps getting better and better. Faith and repentance. We're here right now. Good to see you, friend. Monkey Man, Big Monkey Man, what's up? All right, we got people that are hearing me, so that's good. We got Kevin Morrison here. Good to see you. We got Donna Newingham. Hello from Central Illinois. Dude, Central Illinois, Peoria, has got some Bigfoot action. Hollis is here on time. Good to have you here. All right. So, for those that are new, what this is, Bigfoot Encounters Live, is something I do every Saturday night where I have these phone lines, and you can call a number, and I'll give that info in a minute. And if you got a Bigfoot encounter that you would like to share with the listeners, it'll be recorded for the Bigfoot Society podcast. And also, I'll put it out eventually on the podcast as well. But it'll be on the YouTube channel. It'll be on the podcast. It'll be everywhere. So part of calling in, let me put this up here. So there is a guest release. The guest release is in the description, but I also put it right here. So you go to bit.ly/Bigfoot form. Then you call into the number I have there. And just like I'm going to do it two different ways, guys, so you can see it two ways. bit.ly/Bigfoot form. That's a guest release, so that both of us are covered, because I'll be using your audio and recording you. And then you call in the number, which goes right here. And let me make sure that I've got this set up here. Yep, we are good. So let's see. Well, it's going to be a party tonight. It's going to be a party today. I can already tell you guys. All right, so let's see. We got, Can Squatch. Good to see you, my friend. You always have some great thoughts in the comments. Shawnee National Forest in southern Illinois. That's a hot spot for sure. I've heard a lot of wacky stuff come out of that area. Let's see. Donnie's 80 miles south of Peoria. Interesting. Yeah, it's the area northeast of Peoria that I get a lot of reports from. All the way back to the 70s, too, so keep that in mind. Monkey Man. I've been watching the videos, but I haven't caught live till now. Well, good to have you here. We got Pedro from Houston, Texas. Good to have you. Man, the chat is hopping tonight. We got Alan. Hello, everyone here. Great to see you, friend. We got Michelle. Hello, everyone. Standing Stone, 1776. I stayed in an RV at Starving Rock State Park in Illinois. Talk about paranormal. Wow. Scott M., what's up, all? Good to see you. Bobby Younts, hello, everyone. Great to see you. And we got a lot of people chilling out in the chat. I love it. We're up to 60. That's a quick start. So if you guys are new to these, and if you are, welcome. If you've got a Bigfoot encounter and you would like to share it on the show, you can first please fill out the guest release form. Go to the website bit.ly/Bigfoot form. Then you can call 515-809-0165. And then we will talk. And the cool thing about the live format is if people that are listening in the chat, if they have questions they would like to ask, you can put that in the chat too. So there was one night a few weeks ago, we went for 3 hours straight. It was call after call after call. We have some weeks where it's a call, then we chat for a bit, then there's another call. It's a good time. Either way, we're having a good time. So the phone lines are open now, my friends. If you would want to call in, you are welcome to do so right now. Planet X, looking forward to another fun night. Love these live shows. I'm glad you do. Ag Forks, listening in Idaho. Man, there's a lot of squatchy stuff in Idaho. There was a gentleman who called last time from Iowa. No, that's where I'm from. Idaho, Montana, and he had some wild stuff. Pedro, love your show. Thank you. We got Melanie Goforth here. Great to see you. High fives back at you. Thank you for being a YouTube channel member, supporter. Bobby Arnett is here. Good evening, sir, from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's a lot of squatchy stuff up there. Good to have you. Donnie, okay, here we go. So, Donnie, I've had a couple experiences 10 years apart, but no sightings. Was paced once and had a big log thrown at a friend and I with a deep growling and rocks thrown at a truck. Whoa. That's south of Peoria, huh? Wild. Yeah, and you know, it guys, it's not required that it has to be a visual. If you want to call in and talk about what happened to you that you think is Bigfoot related, call on in. No sweat. David said, come on the phone, Donnie. Yeah, he's encouraging you to do it. Melanie, I want to call. Oh, you should call. Chris Adams is here. Hello from Minerva Monster Country in Ohio. Oh, man. Over there by Canton, right? Well, it's not super by Canton, but it's kind of. Let's see. Okay, Ted. Let's see. Ted, we can't get the number or anything to call in. We really want to share what we experienced. All right. Well, let me walk you through it again, friend. So, Ted, all you got to do is on your web browser, you go to bit.ly/Bigfoot forum. There's a little guest release form for you to fill out. That allows you to be recorded. Then you go to that phone number that's on your screen, 515-809-0165. And that's all you have to do. Let me make sure that I've got Do Not Disturb off. It's off. Let me check my settings. Yeah, we're good. So, yeah, guys, if you want to call, standing still. Yeah, Ted, the number's on the screen. I have the number 2 times on the screen for you guys. Donnie, let's see. That was at Clinton Lake in DeWitt County, Illinois. All right, let's look up Clinton Lake. Clinton Lake, Illinois. I don't think that was right. Oh, no, it was. Okay. Whoa, too much. Let's see. Let's get out a little bit here. Let's see. I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, that is that's Central Illinois. That's wild. Wow. Let's see here. Patrol Shreddin. Never saw Sasquatch, but can confirm it was on our topo map at SERE training, Fairchild Air Force Base, 1990. Whoa, so you actually saw that in person? That's wild. I'm not sure what SERE stands for, if anyone can educate me on what SERE is. It some sort of survival training? Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, patrol, if you want to call in and chat about that, that's cool too. But we're having a good time. Let's see. Ted, thanks. I'm in the Stone Age when it comes to anything tech, so I have to write it down. Hey, that's all right. That's a good time. Guys, we are hanging out 75 in live right now. I've had a fun day. Talked to some people today. Talked to a gentleman from out just east of Seattle about some things he's experienced out there. Some rock clacking, some wood knocks, some really wild stuff. Not for the podcast, because sometimes conversations just aren't for the podcast, but I can kind of reference it, you know. Okay, Can Squatch says interrogation POW training. Oh, wow. That's wild. Oh, is that your area, Slaya? Unfortunately, unfortunately, it's not going to be an episode, but I'll try to remember as much as I can. Let me double check here. Is this thing on? Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's on. All right. I know. Guys, oh, wow. I did talk to a gentleman. It's going to be it's out already. It's a members only episode. A gentleman up in Wisconsin somewhere about what's going on his property. And wow, it's an incredible episode. Pretty much what happened is they ended up building their house and driveway over a Bigfoot game trail. It's wild, the stuff in that episode. It's a great episode. But that is formal announcement on that is going to be this Wednesday. But it is open for people to listen to on the Patreon and YouTube channel members. You can listen to that right now. So, guys, we're having a good time. Let me know what if you're going to any Bigfoot stuff in the next few weeks. Is anyone headed to the Nebraska Bigfoot Conference that's happening in Grand Island? I want to say in 2 weekends. Let me know what you guys have planned. We got 92 people in here just hanging out. It's wild. I am just so thankful for everyone hanging out. I'm sorry, Monkey. I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that being a thing. Kevin Morrison is he's going to Ohio Bigfoot Conference May 4th. Awesome. We got Bobby Younce just became a YouTube member. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Have fun watching that. I mean, there are 8 to 9 members episodes for you there. So appreciate the support. Let's see. We've got Christopher. I always camp at Salt Fork in Ohio. Wow, have you ever seen anything there? That's a place that I've always wanted to check out, but we drove by it once. We saw the sign, but we didn't have time to stop. Sean is here. Hello from Big Bear, California. Good to see you. We got David. Woohoo! What's up? Uh-oh.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hi, this is Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Melanie. How are you, honey?
Oh, hey, Melanie. Good to hear from you. You filled out the form, right?
Did. Well, I did.
Okay, perfect.
Live?
Let's make sure
on
that
my
people can hear you. If someone in the chat could let me know that they hear Melanie.
could take the feature off? Is that better?
I am still.
I didn't know what to tell. Like I got so many things I could tell you.
Oh, perfect.
Would you like a dog man foot, or would you like a water family?
Wow. Well, Melanie, it sounds like they can hear you, which is good. So I'm going to say let's start with the Bigfoot because that's what people are here for, and we'll see where we end up. Okay.
Well, now I'm going to have to go on a podcast to tell you everything because.
Oh yes, ma'am.
There's oh my God, there's so many things. I'll tell you. Let me see. Okay, so I lived in a town in Northeast Ohio. There was just a little township. It was called. And okay, growing up, I didn't know anything about Bigfoot. I never saw any of the films. I never saw anything. Nobody ever talked about it. When I was 4, eat my breakfast, eat cereal, Captain Kangaroo, head to the woods. I spent my days that nobody ever talked about Bigfoot. I never saw the Patterson-Gimlin film. Well, then, so I in this little town called Water in Northeast Ohio, and all it was just farms and old mines.
Melanie,
tracks.
sorry.
There's nothing there.
What's the name of it again?
Water Township, Ohio.
Okay.
East Ohio. This place is so cryptid, you wouldn't believe it. A friend of mine who told me, said, would you like to see some Indian bones? But what are you talking about? He said, I found Indian bones. There's this place, there's a track that goes along the railroad tracks. It goes back a mile from the tracks. To the right, there's 3 oil wells, which is why this track is back there. When you get to the 3rd one, it's a mile back. Go left of it, going, and there's a huge mound. And he's telling me, I found it's an Indian burial mound. He literally dug up in bones, put them by this tree, and I told him, you rebury those, you do that. Well, it was right behind my house, this track. I was very curious about it, so once I got him to bury those again, he was kind of strange, but decided I'm going to go back there and see what else I could find. Thinking about Bigfoot ever. So I went to the burial mound. I went up top of it. There was an X that was 60 feet high. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful and perfect. It was 2 organic trees. It's just this beautiful X. So I went past that. There's so we have a bunch of lakes there that all come together. Reservoirs, lakes, creeks, they all come together. Well, the one close there, through this area, X, was hit in the face with a freaking habitat. I knew that's what it was. I didn't even knowing anything about Bigfoot because I guess it took me a minute. To my left, all opened up to my left. All I can call it is a corral. It was like 40-foot long trees, all entwined at the ends of them, and it was in a half moon. They were about 4 trees high. Looking at that, and I'm thinking, and that was really cool. Then I saw at the very back, the closest reservoir where the swamp was, and I'm thinking, and it hit me. This is a Bigfoot habitat, and that must be where they run the animals into, stop them and catch them. I got really interested in Bigfoot then. That next winter, the dog man, it smelled like 2 feet. Dog man dropped from a huge tree our yard and walked, and I had a picture of the footprints. Headphone under a fishing dock. And that picture's up from the tree. I walked through our yard, back through the yard to see the dogs, walked across the street into the woods. Okay, so can I fast forward? Do you have just a minute for me to fast forward?
Yeah, and Melanie, just make sure that you're speaking directly into the phone mic as well, because you're cutting in and out just a tad.
I'm sorry. I'm walking around while I'm talking. Is it better?
Oh, yeah, that's better. Yep.
Is that better?
Yes.
I'll stand still. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay,
Go
so
right ahead.
so many other things to tell you about that area. Dog man, I mean, it was crazy. But then we ended up having to move to the city, to Akron, Ohio. Devastated. I never even Bigfoot, all dog, everything went right out of my head. Country girl, like, way for me was a reservoir called Mogador, County, Ohio. Fishing there, and the place I was fishing, there was one little dock. Story short, fishing one night, leaves, all the fishermen leave, boats are coming in, and one boat, like while all the boats are waiting to come in to this one dock, I'd forgotten all about Bigfoot. All coming in, well, this one boat casting the shore, kind of in a little at the end of the lake. It was just like a little cove. Boat was on a spotlight. It's about 30 feet, and there's spotlight in the woods, and I'm like, I wonder what they're doing, you know? Like, how many boats come in this one little dock? So I lost him in the fray of boats. He's gone, boats are gone, fishermen are gone. I'm standing there fishing. It's about 10:30 at night. Right across this cove, came through the woods, came combine, 10:30, are crashing. It was the most god-awful sound I've ever heard. And I'm standing there fishing still, and I'm like, I'm thinking, what's the city doing? The trees down along this lake, like, and why this late at night? A little bit to realize the city is over there. And then 15 minutes, it dawned on me, my time at the lake, something else's time at the lake. I'm imposing. Yeah. I kept fishing, I'm listening to this, and it was just, trees were just breaking and crashing, and it was unbelievable. Just and that night, no storm, nothing. It was very calm. So I packed up my stuff. I told her, like, okay, so the next morning early, I came back to the other side of the cove, and the first thing when I got out of the car and walked down into those woods, seeing there, deer with no head, dead deer, head, and legs were broken between that, like the ankle and the knee. Its stomach was placed open to get the organs out. It was all there, like really freaked me out. I was thinking, what it's all about, you know? Down, and I could see across the lake to where I heard fishing, where I had heard the commotion. It didn't take me but a minute. It's like a area. Around it was pine, all the trees. Tornado touched down here. These trees, bigger trees, like 10 feet up into the tops of other trees. They were smashed into little pieces. And it looked like they had been stomped on, and they were just like in shreds. Incredible. feel it. Like when I was in that area, it was like, oh my God, it was something bigger than a deer or it was. And we don't have bear in Ohio. It absolutely wanted the lake.
That's
Unbelievable encounters I've ever had.
That's a very interesting, especially with the deer, Melanie. That's really interesting. But we are having a little bit of issues with audio where it's still breaking up. So I would like to continue our conversation. I know we had talked before where we might have you come off the podcast and we can make sure the audio is better for that.
Could do that.
Yeah, but thank you for
like
calling in.
periods of time. Absolutely. And summer turned into like just I've ever had scary. I mean, I had some scary things happen, but that was like the summer of Bigfoot. It was so great.
Oh man,
Jeremiah, I just had the show. You're awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely need to talk some more on a different venue for sure.
Whenever you want, just email me or message me on.
Will do, Melanie. Thank
crazy
you.
Things to tell you.
Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you to Melanie for calling in. I know that one was a little bit tough to listen to, so thanks to everyone for your patience. That's the nature of the game with phone calls sometimes. That is something I'm working on, is improving caller audio. The recorded audio for the podcast, you'll notice, will start to get much better now that I'm using other ways of recording people. So just hold on there. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. We got about 85 people hanging out here. Let me check the Google Voice, see if we've got any more. We had any more call-ins here. All right, let me go ahead and let's get caught up with the chat here while we're waiting for the next person to call on in. Let's see. Patrol Shreddin says, so let's talk tree knocks. Has anyone seen or heard of any verified information that's actually wood-on-wood contact? Well, Patrol Shredding, a lot of people think that it's like this. That's what a lot of people, and pretty good researchers too, think that it's not actually a knock on wood. So some people, though, think it is an actual wood-on-wood knock. So either way, I mean, we haven't actually, gotten a specimen to study yet. So let's see here. Yep, exactly. WC Strawberry Fields. Someone once suspected that the knocks were actually some sort of mouth pop. Yep, totally. There's a fair amount of people that actually think that right now. It's just me being frank. Hello, everyone. Northwest Florida. Oh, that's a cool area. Thank you for being here. Guys, if you're new to this, this is Bigfoot Encounters Live. It is a show that I do every 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every Saturday night. I'm Jeremiah from the Bigfoot Society Podcast, a podcast where I talk to people about their Bigfoot encounters. If you have a Bigfoot encounter you would like to share, you are more than welcome to, after you fill out the guest release form, you can find that at bit.ly/Bigfoot form. Then give me a call right now, 515-809-0165. It will be live on YouTube and recorded for the podcast to be in an episode at a later time. But we just have a good time here. We're hanging out in the chat. There's a lot of some people joining the YouTube channel membership today. We've got Yaz Child became a YouTube member today. We've got Bobby Younce became one. If you are a YouTube channel member, you get to, one, you get a sweet emoji next to your name in the chat. Two, you get to see episodes ad-free. 3, every Wednesday I come out with a member-only episode, and they're solid episodes. I mean, the one I'm releasing this Wednesday, that's already actually available for the membership. It's an hour and 10 minutes. Gentleman I talked to from Wisconsin about the Bigfoot on his property. So there's about 9 to 10 of those episodes that you won't hear outside of the membership, but you'll only hear if you are part of the YouTube channel membership or you're a Patreon member. Patreon.com/the Bigfoot Society. Let's see. I'm getting caught up with the chat here. Okay, Mark Paul says, Strawberry, you're correct. Mouth pops. Exactly. Can Squatch is saying we should have stuck around the last stop and found those owls. Oh, interesting. Sounds like there's a story there. We're having a good time. We got lots of people hanging out here in the chat. We're talking about what people think about if wood knocking is wood on wood or if it's Bigfoot doing a little move like that. I don't want to blow out your eardrums, so I'm not going to do it. But it's a hot, guys, let me know if it's hot where you're at. It is getting hot in Iowa, and I'm up in the attic studio, and it is hot up here. We got the phone lines open. If you've got a Bigfoot encounter to call in with, you are more than welcome to. You can call 515-809-0165. Just make sure that you fill out the guest release form first. bit.ly/Bigfoot form. Let's see. David says, I can pop my tongue and sound like one. Hey, there you go. I know some people can do that too. Absolutely. I remember that from school. Sherry's cold in Southern California. And David is 50s in Coos Bay, Oregon. Hey, there you go. It's hot out here. Let's see. What else? You know what? I might give you I'll give you a sneak peek of who I'm talking to next week. How about that, guys? So, here's some upcoming episodes for the podcast I'm be recording next week. Mr. Troy Hudson, he's a Bigfoot researcher, and he's got plenty of encounters out in southeast Oklahoma. We've got Carter Bouchard, who is a Bigfoot researcher, also author, a ton of encounters down in Missouri. And I've got Marie Dumont from Florida. Stretching. She's a researcher from down in Florida, and she's got some cool things to share as well. So we're having a good time. We're hanging out. We're about 40 minutes in. The phone lines are open. We're having a good time hanging out in the chat tonight. If you've got any Bigfoot encounters, go ahead, call on in at 515-809-0165. Make sure you fill out the guest release form here first, bit.ly/Bigfoot form. Yep, good night to a few on the East Coast. Heading out, getting some sleep. That's good. You got to get that sleep. Let's see. Okay. Have you had anyone from North Dakota? I'm from there, but right now I'm in North Carolina. I'll be moving back to North Dakota for a bit in beginning May. I don't think I've ever talked to anyone in North Dakota. Talked to a lot of people, so it's hard to remember everyone, but I don't remember any North Dakota. Let's see. We got Scott from the Patreon. Good to see you, man. Good evening. Just popping in for a few. Great to see you. Let's see. It's just me being frank. I had mine at the Florida-Alabama state line. Wow, I'd love to hear about it. And guys, if you've got an encounter and you don't want to call live, you can always email me at bigfootsociety@gmail.com, and you can share with me in the email as well. Ted had an experience down in Florida. Awesome. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. For people that don't know, I will be at a few places this year. If you do want to try to meet me and say hi, that would be awesome. I will be at 3 places I know so far. Number 1, Monster Fest 2 in Canton, Ohio, put on by Small Town Monsters. Seth is flying me out there. I'll be doing a live podcast. I'll be doing Bigfoot Society Live. I'll be my guest on the podcast will be Justin from Cryptids of the Corn. We'll be having a good time, so you don't want to miss out that. There's going to be tons of live podcasts this year. It's going to be packed. It's worth going just for the seminars on how to do track casting, how to research paranormal, Bigfoot stuff. It's going to be amazing. So I recommend, if you can make it to Monster Fest 2 in Canton, Ohio, get your tickets as soon as you can. Just go to Small Town Monsters website. They're selling out quick. I know Scott will be there. I'll be there. It'd be a good time. Next up, Brian says, I've decided I'm going to Sasquatch Summerfest. Yeah, bud. Sasquatch Summerfest, I'll be headed there. It is in Oak Ridge, Oregon, about an hour southeast of Eugene. It's a 3-day Bigfoot festival with encounters, people talking about their encounters, food trucks, speakers. It's going to be awesome. Definitely recommend, if you're in that area, if you can get there, it's going to be great. I'll be flying out there from Iowa. It's going to be so much fun. Third, last but not least, Van Meter Visitor Festival in Van Meter, Iowa. I help out with that festival since I live so close. But if you're in the Midwest and you can make it, I highly recommend it. Let's see. Slaya, I gave my girlfriend the call-in link. Awesome. She showed me a photo of a Bigfoot up a river. Whoa. She says she probably won't call in, but she might tune in. Oh, my goodness. I got to see this photo she's got. That sounds awesome. Ted Sackwell, will you be in Oregon or Washington State this summer? Well, I will tell you, in late July, I will be in Oregon for a few days for the Sasquatch Summerfest in Oak Ridge, Oregon. So I'll be flying into Eugene from Des Moines. It'll be a good time. So not in Washington State, but I will be in Oregon. Brian is going to road trip straight up the coast from Venice, 800 miles. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Brian. Good for you. That's going to be a great trip. We're having a good time hanging out. Hold on. I should have this. What is it? Sasquatch Summerfest is July 19th through the 21st. Also, if you are going to go to Sasquatch Summerfest, they gave me a promo code. You can use code Bigfoot Society, and you get 50% off your tickets, which is substantial. Guys, 50% off tickets. David, I hope you use that. I will see you there. I'll see you there, friend. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Everyone's hanging out. We're having a good time. Phone lines are open, guys. If you've got a Bigfoot encounter you'd like to share, go ahead, give me a call. You can call on in 515-809-0165. Share your Bigfoot encounter. It's a good time. Let me just check the email. Sometimes stuff comes in on the email. It's just me being frank. Would only be a 2,700-mile hike for me to go to Sasquatch Summerfest. Well, you better start right now, friend. You better start right now. I'm just kidding. That would be like hiking the Appalachian Trail, but probably longer. It'd be wild. Good stuff. Let me know what other festivals that you are going to this year. I would love to go to more, but 3 is good for me. Oh, let's see. Ted Sockwell, we're going to be Umatilla National Forest in June and July. I'm pretty sure that's southern. I think that's southern. Yeah, that's Milton Freewater, Oregon. Because I'm pretty sure I know a few guys. Where is it? Oh no, I was way off. Umatilla is up there by Walla Walla. Yeah, I was way off on that. It's all right. All right, back to the comments. I've got a Bigfoot Society patch. Won't tell you how I got it. Well, I'm glad you have it. Maybe I could guess. Let's see. You drove 2,300 miles to the LBL? Oh, man, David, I thought that you had flew there. You drove there? That's wild. Yes, Scott is going to some cool stuff. He is going to Ohio Bigfoot Conference in May. That's on the bucket list. Also, the first Indiana Bigfoot Conference in September. That's cool. If you can go to the first conference, it's always a good time. So pumped that you're going to the Indiana Bigfoot Conference. I'm pumped that I'm going to the first Sasquatch Summerfest. That's going to be cool as well. Oh, you did flew. You flew. Okay. Oh, yeah, but you still did the same miles, right? Yeah, good point. 2,300 miles in a plane. Good stuff. We're having a good time hanging out all. Let's see. Anything else that I can put up here? Here's my email, guys. If you want to ever send me anything Bigfoot related, you can email me, bigfootsociety@gmail.com. If you also want to support the show and get involved with a fun community at the same time, you can go to patreon.com/the Bigfoot Society. There are 2 more spots left in the $3 tier. Once those 2 are left, then it goes up to $7 a month to get extra episodes, and it's $15 a month if you want to do production assistant, and you get to do more fun stuff that way, which is cool. We have a lot of fun times in the Patreon for sure. Let's see. Oh, Patrick, good to see you. You must have snuck in. I didn't see you. I'm aging thinking about it. Funny stuff. Funny. Guys, let me know in the chat if you, let's see. If you have heard a Bigfoot vocalization, let me know in the chat what you've heard and where you heard it. Bobby Yance, I drove from Florida to North Carolina to Ohio, then back to North Carolina, then back to Florida. I'm tired of driving. Holy mackerel. I get exhausted just thinking about that. I'll tell you, not everyone has probably heard this in here, but maybe some of you have. The first Bigfoot vocalization I heard was last summer. I went out with Tate Hieronymus and Ronman Reed and Ontario Richardson and some other people. We went to a location we go to in Iowa, way out in the woods. And We did a lot of wild stuff that weekend. The last night we played the Sierra Sounds really loud. Later that night, we went on a night hike. Heard some weird stuff. We could hear people talking out in the woods, but we couldn't hear what they were saying. I'm not quite sure if it was people talking, if you get what I mean. Fast forward to getting back that night. We got back really late. Probably by the time I got back into bed, and I was staying in my own tent, so I had my own tent set up. There are some people that were car camping, some people that were tent camping. I was tent camping. So I go to sleep. I'm exhausted. It's about 12:31. I wake up out of a dead sleep between 3 to 3:30, and I wake up to two whoops out in the woods. It did not sound like they were that far away either. And I was both scared, but also like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe that this is actually happening. It was the best thing ever. Now, I will tell you, you're going to ask, do you have audio recordings of this? Surely you have audio recordings, right? Since you're the guy who talks to Bigfoot witnesses every week. Sure didn't. And here's why. So I had my sound recorder set up and I did the one little thing, which is before you go to bed, remember to check the batteries. So the sound recorder died like around, it must have been like 10:30 or 11. I'll never let it happen again. Seriously, I'm going to have a reminder set up on my phone next time. So yeah, I did not get my Bigfoot whoops on recording. Another Ron on the other side of the camp in his tent, he heard what most people would call like a long call, like a whoa. He heard that. I think Ontario was hearing one of the nights she heard people walking around the campsite or something walking around the campsite. It was really weird. There's a lot of weird stuff happening in that area. And yeah, I can't wait to go back. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to go back is, but I will definitely be going back more prepared every time, of course, more prepared. Let's see. David says, sound like a woman being, I'll say unalived so I don't trigger any algorithms. Screams, Junction City, Northern California. I believe we heard about that last week or the week before. Guys, we've been going on for about an hour. We're going to be doing, we're going to do about 10 minutes left. We're having a good time, but if you are wanting to call in with a Bigfoot encounter tonight, feel free. This is the time to do it. I've got the phone do not disturb off. Yeah, I appreciate you all being here. We're having a good time. There's people from all over the place. We got people from Oregon. Oh, here's another one. David, roar in the Elliott State Forest, Western Oregon. Wow. That's awesome. Guys, follow me on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, make sure you're following me, Bigfoot.Society. We have some crazy lives over there too. I'll tell you, the lives on TikTok get wild. For some reason, there's a lot of people on TikTok that have seen Bigfoot. So I might head over there next, I think. But we're having a good time. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure that you're subscribed to Bigfoot Society Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube here. It is so hot up in this attic. Oh my goodness. It's I am dying. Let's. Oh boy, here we go. Mark Paul growls, push mowers, dog bark with a whoop on the end, chest thumps, scooters, messed up owl hoots, whoops. Mark, I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people might think that sounds like there's no way, right? Okay, so here's the thing. They absolutely do mimic things. My first time I went out in Iowa on a Bigfoot expedition with Tate, we had a tree pushed over in front of our campsite about 30, 40 feet in the woods. I freaked out. I was like, why are there fireworks going off right now? And he was like, dude, we are so far out in the woods. There are no fireworks out here. Something just pushed over a tree. There was no wind at the time. Just boom. Soon after that same day, we started hearing wood knocks. Tate tried to do some wood knocks himself. So we got wood knocks in return. The night of the last night, I had my sound recorder set up on the edge of camp. I was in my tent. 3 to 3:30 in the morning, we heard I got some wood knocks, pattern of 3. What I also got was the sound of my tent being unzipped. And at first, for a while, I thought it was something unzipped my tent. But then I realized your sound recorder is so far away. How is it picking that up? And then I talked to other people who have also heard tent zip noises or zipper noises in areas where there are no zippers out in the woods. It just goes to show that Bigfoot can mimic sounds. Zipper noises is one. A lot of people also hear metallic car doors being slammed in the woods where there are no cars. That's a big one. Mark Paul, you, like usual, caught you off guard like most of us. Absolutely, my friend. You are 100% correct. Sirens. Yes. I'm guessing like the Ohio Howl from the 1990s. Bobby Younce, scary. Absolutely. It can be scary. It all depends on how we look at it. But either way, you're probably getting caught off guard and you're probably going to freak out. It's just me being frank. I have a friend that lives in northern Mississippi. Excuse me. I have a friend that lives in northern Mississippi that always has eggs missing from her chicken coop. But there's always dug up trinkets placed near the coop door, like dirty keys, wrappers, and acorns. Whoa. Now that's interesting. Bobby Younce, my sister heard the Ohio Howl in my parents' woods. Whoa. What state was that, Bobby? We're having a good time, guys. I will tell you that the goal for Bigfoot Society is by the end of the year going full time with the podcast. That will allow us to do more detailed episodes, start to do interviews in person. You can help that become a reality by becoming a YouTube channel member for as little as, I want to say it's, if you want the episodes, $2.99 a month, or you can become a Patreon member. $3 a month is the lowest tier on that, and that helps with the podcast going full time. We have a great time in there as well. Make sure that you are subscribed, my friends. Let's see. That was in Southwest Ohio. Robert, are you trying? Robert, sorry, I don't even get it. I'm not sure if you're trolling me. It's hard to understand what you're saying. So I'll give you one more chance, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you're trolling me or not. I can't understand it. Obelisk, they took birdseed but left feathers, decorative rocks, and once a butterfly wing. That's awesome. Rocky Toppin, has anyone heard cow noises that aren't cows? Ooh, that's interesting. Like to hear more about that. Huh. Cow noises that aren't cows. That sounds familiar. I want to say I've heard that in an account, but I don't remember the specifics. I might just be, I'm not sure. David saying, straighten up, Robert. Hey, innocent until guilty. But you're on strike 2 or 3, buddy. Let's see. Mark Paul, tree snaps and pushovers scare me, people. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, Mark. That's wild stuff. Just me being frank, they're inquisitive of us as we are of them. Yeah. One of the wildest things or one of the best things you can do if you're going on a Bigfoot expedition, which is pretty much just a camping trip too, do stuff that makes them be curious, like play a musical instrument in the campsite, have a laser show, all sorts of weird stuff. Bobby Yance, talk to the next door neighbor up there. The girlfriend heard. All right. Sorry, Robert. It's getting weird. Talk to the next door neighbor up there. The girlfriend heard growling in their woods by their house. Whoa, that's wild. Okay, Sisters of the Moon reported it. I gotcha. Now that sounds a lot more familiar. Yep. Wild. Eerie Forest, they like music. Absolutely. Yeah, you play music. Yep. And actually, come to think of it, the night we had that stuff happen with the whoops, we had a gentleman from Omaha who played kind of a mini live concert for us in the campsite. That just reminded me of that. Ohio Bigfoot Conference. Yeah, dude. Oh, here we go. Obelisk. Do something that has a fragrance like drink coffee. That's when they started coming around my house. I don't go outside and drink coffee in the dark morning anymore. Whoa. Obelisk, I would love to hear more about what you experienced that. That sounds really interesting. All right. Guys, we're having a good time. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we've used recorders, didgeridoos. Yep. I know another guy who's done that and put out apples while carrying on like we were just camping. And it works, guys. It works. Travis, remember the guy that did some kind of throat singing and those two things came to check it out? Oh, yeah, that was a TikTok thing. I remember that. Obelisk, 4 years of experiences and still happening. All right. Okay. So just to reiterate, this is a live call-in show. If you'd like to call in with your Bigfoot encounter, what's been going on, definitely feel free to do so. Let me put up, if you want to call in, I'll give you one more chance. 515-809-0165. If you don't feel like calling in live and it's recorded for the podcast, you can reach out to me, please, bigfootsociety@gmail.com. And I would love to talk to you through email. Maybe we could talk on the podcast, but I would love to chat about what you went through for the 4 years. And it's not just hearing the stories, Obelisk, it's being able to share those with people that are struggling with issues on their property, and maybe what you figured out can help these people that are listening, trying to figure out how to deal with that themselves. So, yeah, I'll hopefully be talking to you at a later time, but appreciate you all hanging out tonight. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell icon. I appreciate everyone hanging out. We got 95 people live. It's a great time. Appreciate you all chatting in the comments with me. Hope to see you next week. I'm going to go ahead and shut things down. And you all rock. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, all. And thanks for sharing tonight.